Alright, my name is Munya, and my role at Simuka Comedy, goodness, I play Gugu on Special Class, and yeah, occasionally doing stand-up shows when we do, especially at reps and stuff, yeah. It's been good. It's really fun, and it's nice that for the first time in Zimbabwe there's an agency for comedy that does all of these different things. So yeah, obviously, like, still it's mostly boys, but they're amazing people. There's amazing women behind the scenes as well who are like making things work and like pushing things forward, and I'm much more happy and comfortable now because they're doing it. Like, they're amazing people. They're doing good work. Struggles. No, I'm kidding. Like, there's obviously lots of blessings and like getting these opportunities and stuff, and like it's really nice seeing people actually love, like, giving the love online for the series and like in person as well. But you know, obviously in a country with better economy and more infrastructure for supporting the arts, you'd be able to do more projects. Because at the moment it's not so much that you don't necessarily have the time or what, but it's like the world moves with money. That's kind of an unavoidable fact. So it's things like just like production quality, like the quality of like being on a production set. So having the right equipment, having lots of equipment so you don't have to do things over and over again because you're only using one thing, or not having to like beg people like, because we need to, like, you know, if you just, so not like there's not dignity in it, but just the same way Zimbabwe so it's the same way that like trying to do anything creative in Zim can sometimes just be a bit of a struggle, because, and then also people are not pasi, or people, you know, there's strings attached. They want to fund you to push their specific agenda, and it's like, but why can't I just tell stories? That's what we're here to do. If you wanted to push the agenda, you should have just made a poster and stuck it on a tree. Like, that's not my job. But yeah, no, it is nice because like people do give you the love and stuff, but you know how it is being in a, sometimes I feel like in a public space, people can love you and very easily on the other side. So okay, so my role models like internationally are Issa Rae, Natasha Rothwell, acting wise, just in general, like those are like my comedy writing and acting and storytelling role models. Viola Davis, like anybody's role model is Viola Davis. Is not just like your general role model. I don't know what you're doing with your life. And Serena Williams, and in Zim, honestly, like just anybody who's actually waking up in the morning and doing something, I have so much respect for, because God knows I just wake up, roll over and go on Twitter, and then I'm like, I wish I was productive. But one person I have a lot of respect for, and I don't tell her enough in person, is Lisa Good, because she is doing some amazing work, writing and admin work and acting, like so much stuff behind the scenes, and the change since she came to Simuka Comedy is like, it's palpable. I am absolutely loving just being in just being in her presence galvanizes you to like see your life. So she's definitely something, I'm really, not proud, because like I'm not responsible for achievements, but like to get to work with her, you're like, I want like yeah. And again, just anyone who's doing anything in Zim, like, well done, because it's a struggle, because like you can't afford to do it full time, but then you need your job to be able to fund and so on and so forth. But like, when do you sleep, when do you eat? So yeah. Go for it. You're never gonna feel ready. I think a lot of things in life you don't feel ready, and then there's that saying like, just jump and figure out how to fly on the way down. Like, that's just life. But like, keep it pushing. And yeah, if you have good people in your life, even if it's not people who are necessarily in the industry, just like your family or friends who can tell you like, baba and and people who can just be your support system in whatever And a good thing is to understand yourself and understand the kind of sport you need. I think that's a big thing. And you, like, I find it backstage, like, you know, just small things like if I'm nervous, don't try to make me feel better. Laugh with me about the fact that I'm really scared that I'm going to pee my pants on stage. Small things like that. Really, you need to build yourself up and understand yourself well. But the most important thing is go out there and do it. And, you know, I feel like especially if you're a woman, or like especially if you're doing other people's projects, and still coming into your own creatively, you might have some imposter syndrome and stuff and feel like I'm not really doing anything. But then people come and say, oh, well done for Jagat, and you're like, push past that, because there's someone out there, and by someone I mean even your past self, you 2 years ago wouldn't even be here. So celebrate the fact that you're doing what you love, because in 8 years time, is it really going to matter that, oh, I had to wait till next year till I had the correct equipment to start? It's not going to matter, because there's still learning curves anyway. Just go. Oh my goodness, the ideal, I don't even know what the ideal would be. The ideal industry that I'd like to see, because there's so many, I feel like so many other people would have like better ideas that they could think about for me. But what I would love for me is just being able to having more funding to do more stuff. You know, you can apply for more grants and they're not being funneled through like only one person in the entire country, or there's only like 3 grants for like all of these up and coming, like we're developing a lot faster than people think, but the infrastructure around us isn't. So that's a big thing to Simuka, that they've created room where there isn't, because that's what's nice about like living in a country where there's basically nothing, is that you can only go upwards, you can only create, right? But that's a struggle. But the main thing I would like to see is people respecting time. I understand if you don't respect your time, so but if you tell me 11, don't call me at 11 and then start at 12:30, because I could have sat for an hour and a half in my house, in my bed, doing other things. And I think it's just one of the most just disrespect, because tuita bas, it's not like tasangana kuno gocha. This is something that's more time, you know, especially when there's money involved. Like time now becomes money, and not just like, oh, I could be at another job, I'm so popular, but like I could be resting, and I need that rest in order to do my job well here. If I've run out of all the energy I came with, because you made me sit for like, you know, it is a hurry up and wait industry. I do understand that, but that is definitely something that I think a lot of Zimbabweans need to work on. Professionalism, customer service, realizing that when you are a representative of an organization representing somebody versus just a colleague with them in the industry, in the way that it's supposed, those structures organizationally and professionally are there for a reason, and it would be nice if we respected that. But yeah, and I would like to see Zimbabweans broadening their minds in terms of their senses of humor and the kind of content that they'd like to see, because you'll see people saying we are shy or we are whatever, but that's the only thing that you as an online commentator tend to laugh at. So of course the content creator is going to do more of that, and it's only because waneta nai, not because they're doing anything wrong, but then you give them all of this hate and you take out all of your frustrations about whatever's going on in your personal life onto somebody who's just utilizing their gift the same way you utilize your gift in whatever field you're in. Or if you don't, like, that's not, you shouldn't go and like barrage of hate onto a creative who's just trying to get their stuff done. But yeah, and also an industry where people respect what people do in titles. There's a lot of like people inserting themselves or being inserted by peer pressure into circles where they're not specifically from that, and then those people who are actually in that industry or like in that specific field doing that work don't get recognized at all because of the way like a Nama category is set up, or because Ningi Ningi's popular and like all the men like her ass or whatever, like all the girls think he's cute, so he's now labeled as chagat, and you're completely ignoring the people who do that actual work. Like, make a new category for that, and then you get annoyed at the people doing the thing that is actually the thing. Like, you don't go to a doctor and then complain that he's not looking after your teeth well. But that's not his job. Just because you like him doesn't mean he can do that job well or do that job correctly. So I think that's an important thing that I would like to see in an ideal situation. But otherwise, yeah, like I said, what's nice about being in a space where there's so little is you can only go up from rock bottom, provided you have the strength. I have fun. Thanks, guys. To the Zimbabwean audience, honestly, all I can say is thank you. Like, wow. How to deal. Oh my god, I recently got like 10 new followers. And I don't know, I was like, how to handle fame. I can't, I don't know how to behave. I don't know how to behave. My family's sick of me. They're looking for me to move out. I don't know how I was like, oh my god, these notifications. Because the phone's always, the only notification I get is Duolingo telling me to practice. But no, thank you so much, people, for watching, and thank you for supporting. Like, it means a lot. Obviously in life you shouldn't do things for other people, but let's face it, like, art is not just expression, but it is also to be consumed by others, and it's nice when there's somebody on the other side responding to that. So thank you. Please keep watching. Please watch our ads. Please watch our ads to the end, because if you don't watch it to the end, I think we don't get the like 0.6 cents. So we need that 0.6 cents to get new equipment to do more things. And yeah, honestly, just thank you for everything you do. Yeah. Yes, my social media handles at Munya959. Munya959 in numbers, not words. That's on Twitter and on Instagram. I don't really use Facebook because I feel like there's a lot of personal stuff, and I'm just on social media to laugh at jokes, so it gets in the way of me just trying to distress. Yeah, so do follow me. Hopefully I'm getting better at like posting more content and being more in touch. Yeah, like I said, I'm very much the person like roll over just on Twitter laughing at things, and then I forget the rest of the world exists. So yeah, thank you so much.